Julia Lee from Bell Direct. Julia, good to talk to you. Wow, you've been talking so much about that resistance level of 4,350 and the Aussie market finally has gone past it.
And what a way to do it. We've passed that 4,350 point resistance mark that we've been looking at for the last couple of weeks. Now, I've just got a chart of the ASX 200 and the 52-week graph up, and I've just drawn a line at that 4,340 to 50 point level. And you can see the last couple of weeks have been quite challenging, and that level has acted like a ceiling for the market. But today we've bypassed it. Just to clarify a little bit further, let me bring up the chart for the last week, and you can see that a few times we've bounced off that point around about 3 or 4 times, but today was the day we surged past that point and the market up by 2.1% today. In fact, if we have a look at some of the figures for the year in 2009 so far, we're seeing the Australian market up by a massive 19%. In the new financial year, we're up about 12%. And for the last month to date, so the last couple of weeks, we're up by 5%. And just this week, we've gained 3%. Today was an exceptional day, and the banks were really leading the charge, up by 3 to 5%. Now, BHP Billiton was down earlier during the session, but by the end of the session, we saw a gain of 0.7%. So a good performance by our biggest company, and Rio Tinto up by 1.4%. Of course, earnings reports really dominated the day, and we saw Telstra down by 1.4% after its result. The market a little bit disappointed with its outlook, and of course Telstra has had a good run up towards these results. We also saw Singtel coming out with its results, a good result, but that stock down by 2.6%. Coca-Cola Amatil up by 0.2% after its results. We saw Bunnings coming out with its results down by 1.1%, and Tishman Speyer, a good performance, up by 10.3%. We saw a good performance by some of the cyclical stocks in our market, and James Hardie saw an upgrade, its stock up by about 10%, and Boral up by around about 7%. So altogether a pretty phenomenal day on our markets.
Sure was. Now, what do you make of this news? Fortescue going into a trading halt.
Fortescue was trading up 2.3% after it went into a trading halt, finishing the day at $4.45. It does look like it's in commercial negotiation, so it will be in a trading halt until the announcement or until Monday. It does look like that, according to media reports, Fortescue is in talks with China Investment Corp for an investment of up to $1 billion through bonds. Previous reports back in February said that CIC, China Investment Corp, was looking at a $3 billion investment. So it does look like there's quite a bit of Chinese interest. Hunan Vailan has been said to quote Fortescue and saying that Fortescue needs at least a $3 to $4 billion investment to drive its targets to more than double its output. So a lot of speculation around Fortescue at the moment. It does look like there's quite a bit of Chinese interest, so it looks like we're going to get an announcement before Monday.
Interest too in Arrow Energy. Its shares have soared on the back of all this takeover speculation.
A really good day for Arrow Energy, and the speculation really started to heat up yesterday. Its stock rose yesterday. It got a please explain by the ASX. It came out this morning to say that it's been in takeover talks. So in the week to date, we're seeing its stock up by a massive 13.3%. Now, this particular company says that it hasn't seen much Chinese interest. So the speculation is that it could be its joint venture partner, Shell, that is looking at a takeover. In fact, a lot of people speculating that perhaps there could be a bidding war for Arrow Energy and its coal seam assets between Shell and BP. So that's done wonders for its share price. In fact, its share price rising a massive 9.2% today. If I bring up Arrow Energy's share price chart, this is for the week, you can see that it makes a pretty nice graph. So up by 13% for the week and up by 9% today.
Yeah, very good moves there. Julia, always good to get your views. Thank you so much for that.
Thanks, Bridie.